So I remember doing a video like this a couple months ago, a while back, and I had a lot of my subs tell me, we want a part two, we want a part two, we want a part two. So I was like, you know what? Let me just give a part two to you guys. And I feel like I'm going to make this a thousands type of thing. So every time I hit another 1,000 subscribers, so let's say 3,000, I'll be inclined to drop another one of these videos. So if you guys like more of these videos, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, and let's get right into this. First take here is Barou is the best product to come out of bluelock. He lived up to what the bluelock project wanted to build perfectly. And honestly, I'm going to say this right now. I don't really disagree with him. I feel like the only other player that I can say is the perfect ideal of bluelock, like type of striker that they want to make, is probably Isagi. Other than Isagi, I would say Barou would be right up there as well, because these are both two egotistic strikers who do almost every action on the field to get them their goal. And you know what I'm saying? They don't have an ego that's centered onto someone else like Nagi or Rin, you know what I mean? So they're just focused on becoming the best striker in the world, and almost all their actions in the games are just strictly to get them their goal, fam. Like, you know it's bad when someone can get really mad and say, I'll freaking kill you when someone steals their goal. So obviously Isagi has to be up there as well with Barou. Anyways, let's move on. The next take we have here is Barca should beat Manshine. Saying Manshine beats Barca, does that really prove Nagi is back? Even if he gets a hat trick, it's against the worst team in the NEL. Nagi should lose to Barca and become a sub for 1 or 2 games of the U20 World Cup and prove through sub that he deserves to be a starter. Okay. Well, honestly, I'm a Nagi fan. So I'm going to say this right now. We gassed up Barou for scoring a hat trick against Barca. So if Nagi does the exact same thing, why the hell are we just downplaying a freaking hat trick now that if Nagi does it? I don't understand. I get that they're the worst team in NEL, but I never heard before Nagi started playing them, I never heard anybody say, oh, yo, if Nagi scores a hat trick against Barca, it's complete Mickey. Like, he doesn't deserve that shit. Bro, nobody said that shit about Barou. Literally nobody said that shit about Barou when he scored a hat trick. You know what I'm saying? I think it's ever since Rin scored a hat trick against a team like Manshine, people's brain got like clouded. They're like, they think that whenever a player wants to really prove themselves in the NEL, they have to freaking score a hat trick against one of the best teams, and they can't do it against some of the worst teams. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to disagree with you here, bro. Real shit. Nagi, even if he scores a freaking hat trick on Barca, he is back. I don't care what anyone says. He's back. Barou did the same thing. And I feel like they're being built up as rivals for that too. So if Barou scored a hat trick against Nagi, and then, if Barou scored a hat trick against Bartra, and then Nagi also scores a hat trick against Bartra, they basically have around the same feats. You know what I mean? They basically have around the same feats. It's just Barou played better against Isagi's team. But yeah, that's just my input, bro. The next one we have here is not a bluelock take, but it's by my boy Joshua. And he's saying Ichigo as the... Okay, he's probably saying is the most plot armor in all of anime. Okay, I almost had a stroke while reading that. But saying Ichigo has the most plot armor in all of anime has got to be the biggest misconception about Bleach and Ichigo I've ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. I hate when people just come up to me saying, oh, bro, Bleach is shit. Look at the plot armor. The writing's so bad. Bro, can we really keep it a buck for a second? Ichigo loses so many damn times. And even when he does get a quote-unquote power-up, it's all explained / foreshadowed. Now, I don't get it. Joshua, you better not be a One Piece fan. Because when One Piece fans see foreshadowing for the freaking biggest reveals and biggest transformations, they're like, oh my god, it's not plot armor because of this. But when the same exact shit happens to Bleach, it's plot armor and it came out of nowhere. I don't understand. One Piece fans love to pick and choose. But either way, Joshua, let me explain to you. The first instance where you might call plot armor, him beating Kenpachi with Shikai. Bro, let's keep it a buck. This has been explained in Thousand Blood War, and we already know that Kenpachi limits himself to enjoy his fights more post Thousand Blood War, right? So obviously, Ichigo with Shikai also awakened a whole new level of strength in that fight as well. So it makes sense that he's able to beat Kenpachi. Nonetheless, Kenpachi was literally limiting himself for that whole fight as well. Wearing the freaking eye patch, his bells and shit. Come on, bro. Come on. Let's keep it a buck. Ichigo deserved that win. It's not plot armor. Now, the one that people really revert back to is the Vasto Lorde. Guys, can we stop calling Vasto Lorde plot armor? It's literally foreshadowed and explained that White literally says, he literally says, if you lose control, I'm going to shove you off the horse and stomp on your skull. He literally says that. What did Ichigo do against Ukiura? He lost control. He lost to Ukiura. He was about to get them both killed. So obviously White took over like he said he did, like I think 50 or maybe even 100 chapters before. So guys, get out of here with this plot armor shit. Are you trying to tell me Ichigo has more plot armor than Tanjiro, bro? Let's keep it a buck. I don't even think Tanjiro has the most plot armor ever, but do you think he has more plot armor than Tanjiro, bro? Let's keep it a buck, bro. Come on, get out with this shit. The next one is the monk is scoring the final goal. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. For this take, I don't really know like anything crazy to say about it because this could actually happen. On the Blue Lock author going right now, a lot of unexpected shit has happened in the PhD game. I didn't expect Kaiser to score. It's like he pushes narratives in this game, right? And when he's pushing those narratives, he quickly abandons those narratives to throw us off. Like, oh shit, you really thought that was going to happen? No. Like with Isagi's hat trick. I thought Isagi was about to score a hat trick because how much he was mentioning it. And that's like the one thing he needed to be on Rin, Barou level, NEL salary wise. You know what I mean? Even though he's already above them, but still. It's just like, I don't know. I really think the monk could actually score the final goal, depending on what the hell the circumstances is. I think he might dive in for a penalty and we might see a penalty. It's just, it'll be very difficult to see who's going to take the penalty to win the game. This guy says, anyway, my hot take is that by now, Kaiser has to be a better New Gen 11 player than Sei. Now, after this last chapter. Okay. My opinion on this debate is literally, bro, keep it a buck. I'm always a guy that loves an all-around player. A guy that can score, a guy that can pass. If we're talking about purely striking, Kaiser's probably the best and most lethal striker we have right now, right? And the thing is, though, he has a little nerfs on him. He can't pull this move off whenever he wants, and he needs a certain type of pass to help him pull it off right now. Now, granted, I'll give you this. If Kaiser can pull this move off on the run, being guarded by people, he will be a problem. Now, listen, I really do think that that's what he's going to learn in the U20 World Cup when he's a literal antagonist. And it's going to make him 10 times more threatening. But I really do think that for this debate, we can go with stats-wise. I think stats-wise, Sei kind of beats Kaiser in like most of the stats except for shooting. Really, except for shooting and vision maybe. Right? I feel like stats-wise, Sei's just better than all those. Talking about all-around player, Sei's better. If talking about striker, Kaiser's easily better, you know? But yeah, if Kaiser's able to pull that off, though, I won't lie. His shooting and his finishing might just outweigh everything else about his like stats. His overall player will actually go up a lot because he's able to pull off a move that's quite literally damn near unstoppable at this point. And the last take we're going to cover today is Blue Lock's author wastes characters' potential for the sake of plots or story progression. Example, Yukimiya benched, Otoya downgraded to Bachira's sidekick, Karasu nerfed Zenitsu to NPC. I said Zenitsu, Zantetsu. Honestly, bro, I really feel this. I feel this on a conceptual level because back in the day, I feel like this really has to do with the NEL like system, like I say, because the system only allows there to be 3 moments where 3 players on one team can shine or 1 player on the other team to shine, right? It's like 3 goals, and we have to create those 3 goals through 3 players, or 1 player scores 2, another one scores 1, or everyone scores 3 different goals, right? And I think that formula really limits a lot of people being able to contribute into the game because before we had the second selection where we only had 5 players on the field and the games were up to 5. No, not 5. We have 4 players on the field and the games were up to 5, which means that there's like 1 player on each team is going to be involved, or maybe the whole team is going to be involved in someone's goal every single time. And we don't know who's going to be the last piece to finish the goal. I feel like that made it way more unpredictable than it is now. But yeah, I really do feel you because the author, I feel like he only has some characters he hasn't fleshed out yet. He's just using to flesh them out right now before the U20 World Cup. And he's just forgetting about other characters. And I do feel like he might just forget about these Yukimiyas and shit. But then again, you might call it realistic because at this point, it's like, yo, they're at a level where some people will shine and some people will eventually just fall off and fade out, which I really don't. I hope Yuki Miya doesn't fade out and some of these players don't just like fade out. But I do agree with you to an extent. He is wasting some characters by just giving other characters backstories, giving other characters shit, and then after he's done with them, he's going to bench them or never talk about them again. Honestly, I do agree with you there. Anyways, that'll do it for today's video. If I didn't get to your take, I'm sorry. There was a lot of takes there. And honestly, I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the post notifications bell. And listen, the quicker we get me to 3,000 subs, the quicker we get another one of these videos, right? So let's just keep pushing that limit. Let's keep grinding. And I don't know, guys. I hope you guys have a great day.